So for today, the chapter 2 is all about the hardware. So as mentioned natin from the previous lesson, hardware is one of the components of a computer, and it is also the physical component of the computer. So first, these are the things that we're going to learn at the end of this session. So we're going to learn about input devices, unit, storage devices, and output devices. Let's start with the definition. The computer hardware includes the physical part of a computer. So that is not limited to case, control device, the memory device, the input and the output devices. So these devices that interconnect with each other comprises or makes the computer system. So it says na if these hardware devices or hardware components are interconnected, ibig sabihin they can communicate with each other, so that makes a computer system. So let's define an input device. Input device are used to put data into computer. Okay? So as mentioned kanina, these devices used by the users or by the someone who uses a computer or a laptop to put data. So para sila makapag-enter ng data, they need to use one or more input devices. So some examples, common example of input devices, we have keyboard, the mouse, video recorder. So let's first yung pinaka-common, which is keyboard. So keyboard is actually, we have a physical keyboard and a digital keyboard. So yung keyboard, as you can see in this image dito sa taas, this keyboard is a physical keyboard. Ibig sabihin, this type, you can see and you can touch it on your laptop, or you can have a keyboard device attached to your computer set. So, dito naman, this example sa baba is yung keyboard natin sa mga cellphones o kaya sa mga iPod o sa mga any touchscreen devices. So, those are still called keyboard. So, it says that keyboard is a peripheral device that enables the user to input text in a computer. So, as you can see, yung keyboard natin has the letters of the alphabet, and they have signs or special characters if si computer yung magre-read. Yung tawag kasi natin sa period, comma, parentheses, and so on and so forth, those are special characters. Kasi yung characters lang is usually the alphabet or the letters in the alphabet. So this means that yung keyboard is a device patterned after its predecessor na typewriter. Kumbaga, from which the keyboard inherits yung layout niya, so the letters and also the keys, and tsaka yung arrangement. So, kumbaga, yung pinaka ninuno ni keyboard is yung typewriter natin. So let's proceed with the types of keyboard. Kasi you can see, as you can notice, there are different keyboards na you can use in different devices. For an instance, in your laptop, it has a different type of keyboard. If you're going, if you are, if you go to any internet cafe, they have a different keyboard, especially if you are going to play games. So para mas ma-feel nyo yung paglalaro, you use a different kind of keyboard. So let's begin first with this first type. Dome switch keyboard are kind of a hybrid membrane and mechanical keyboard. So they bring two circuit boards together under a rubber. Here, this is a rubber dome or a bubble. So this one is what we call a rubber dome or a bubble. So this switch technology happens to be the commonly used in handheld controllers. So example is yung mga game consoles natin. So imagine if you played a game na Cobra, those type of mga games dati, yung keys sa mga remote controls or sa consoles, those are example of dome switch keyboard. Kasi yung console din, we also call them as keyboard. Then dome membrane switch keyboard naman. So this dome membrane switch is a combination of dome switch and membrane switch technologies. So they use 3 layers of membrane switch keyboards. Tapos, since it's still a dome membrane switch, since dome pa rin siya, it uses rubber dome pa rin for the dome switch keyboard for making electric contact when pressing the adequate zones. So if you can see here, we have here still the dome and these 3 layers and the other one with this one. These are the 3 layers ng membrane switch keyboard. As we mentioned dati, computer works using an electric current. So para mabasa ni computer kung ano yung ini-input mo, upon clicking a key sa keyboard, it will trigger electric current para papunta kay computer to recognize kung ano yung key na click or na-press ni user. Okay? Then we have the scissor switch keyboard. So this type of keyboard is mostly used by laptops. Okay, so if you can notice, it has a different feeling when you press any key sa laptop compared with the one that you are using in a laboratory, computer laboratory, or internet cafe. So this scissor switch keyboard, it's different from the others kasi it's more silent. Kumbaga, hindi siya maingay when you are clicking or when you are pressing any key sa keyboard. Then we go to the capacitive keyboard. Capacitive keyboard naman is usually, there are actually different capacitive keyboards. So mechanical keyboard is also one. Mechanical keyboard is also one of the capacitive keyboard. Kumbaga, you can feel that you are pressing a key once you press and release that key. Like it's a parang as I mentioned ko kanina, pressing a key in the keyboard feels different in different keyboards. So you can try it when you have your own laptop, or you can just borrow a laptop. So you can try pressing any key in there. Then you go to any internet cafe, then they have this mechanical keyboard, and you can tell the difference when you are using this different type of keyboard. So para naman dito, keyboards and its parts. So this is the standard keyboard na meron. So we have the escape key here. Hindi siya masyado klaro. Sige, this is the escape key. Then this one here, the function keys, that F1, F2, F3 until F12. So those are what we call function keys. Then this one here, this is the entire main typing part. Kumbaga, this area user usually uses when they are entering a data or just using the keyboard. So here in this area is what we call directional keys. So these are the cursor and screen control. So we have also here. So this also is used a bit similar with the mouse, pero limited lang. Kasi this key here refers to up. This one is down. This is to the left side. This is to the right side. Then we have the numpad or what we call numeric pad. So, syempre, these are the numbers and also you can see operators din dito. Mga operators dito. Then this one, usually some keyboards have status lights while others they don't have status lights. When I say status lights, this one here refers if you clicked the numlock. Kumbaga, if you enable this, if you enable this area, the numlock. When you trigger or when you enable the numpad, you need to press this and this one here needs to light into a green one or yellow one. So this light naman here refers siya if you were going to lock a caps lock or capital letter. So dito, you can when you press this caps lock, automatically this is one here will light. Okay? Then we go with the proper finger placement on the keyboard. So syempre, meron tayong proper finger placement. So your thumb here, your both thumb is placed dito sa space bar. Dito, sa space bar. So letter F is yung index finger nyo is nasa letter F. So anything na colored mint green is yun yung dapat i-click ni index finger. It's the same with J. Your right index finger is nasa J. Then, yung i-click niya, yung J can click H, N, M, U, Y, 6, 7. That. Then, the same with K, nandito. So, yung ganito is what your middle finger can click. Then, your ring finger naman is this line, this color gold. Then, your little finger can click this one, this here. So, it's the same with this. Your middle finger on the left side will need to click this one. Then, sa ring finger ng left side will be this one. Then, say little finger on the left side will be these areas. So, let's proceed with the mouse. Okay? So, sabi nga, mouse is a handheld hardware. Kumbaga, nakakaptan. Nahahawakan. Kumbaga, you can hold this type of hardware. And also, the use of this device is to control a cursor. In a GUI or graphic user interface. Your monitor or kung ano yung pinapakita sa monitor nyo is what we call graphical user interface. And it can move and select icons, select text, files, folders, and so on and so forth. So there are actually two inventors ng mouse, pero yung pinakaunang inventor talaga is Douglas Engelbart. Okay, so let's go with the three types of the mouse. We have the mechanical. So, mechanical uses a rubber ball that makes contact with the wheels inside. Kumbaga, ito yung pinaka luma, or I mean this is the oldest type of mouse that we can have, and we can if you have access with any first generation computers or first set of computers, definitely they have a mouse, mechanical mouse with it. Then next is the optomechanical mouse. So this is an upgraded version ni mechanical. So yung difference ni optomechanical kay mechanical is that optomechanical allows LED light to detect LED light kapag naglalight yung mouse, yung bottom, yung nasa ilalim ni mouse, this becomes the sensor. Kumbaga, the mechanical uses yung ball, this rubber ball, sa loob, or if you basta if you have if you have experience using a mechanical mouse, you can feel that there is a ball that is rolling beneath your mouse, so that's a mechanical. While optomechanical mouse naman is it has a balls pero it's inside, nasa loob siya. So yung gamit naman nito is it uses the LED lights para ma-detect yung movement ni user gamit yung mouse. So we have the optical. Optical is one of the modern mouse that we can have. So it uses light source or LED and a light detector to detect movement relative to the surface. Kumbaga, for this generation, you cannot, we have a lot of mouse na wala nang, if you can notice, wala na silang rubber ball, and they have the flat surface na beneath sa mouse. Then they have this parang light that uses that light that uses to detect kung ano yung movement ni user. Then, these are examples of mechanical mouse. So if you can see, this one here, this one is the ball, this one is the ball here. So you can check it, I mean you can see that this ball here is rolling once you move the mouse. Then the optomechanical, as mentioned ko kanina, the ball is inside the mouse, while the optical is somewhat like this. Like it's very common. This is a common mouse we have today. Okay, so let's go with the parts of the mouse. So we have the right button here, the scroll wheel, this one, the left button, and the side button. And this one is the mouse wire, similar to this. So we have the right scroll here. This one here is what we call palm rest. Again, this one is what we call palm rest. Kumbaga, rest, where you put your palm to move the mouse. So functions na, yung point. So point refers to position of mouse pointer over the icon. So if you can see, we might see this kind of icon. This one. This one. So this icon refers to the pointer or point function ni mouse. This one. Then click is the left button click at once. Once you point something sa screen o di kaya sa monitor, automatically ma-register yan kay when you left click your mouse, automatic na it will refer to clicking. ni mouse sa computer. Then when we click the right click, automatic na display shortcut commands. Let's say have this. I will click the right click. Then these are the shortcut commands for this presentation. Double click. This, ibig sabihin niton, dalawang mabilis na pag-click. So, this, yung mangyayari if you are using a Word file, what it will do is it will highlight the word where you double clicked. So it's the same with kung if you are using a cell phone, kung maglo-long press kayo sa certain word. So it may highlight the word or the entire sentence itself. So drag. Hold down the left button and move the mouse to a new location. So it's similar with this. I have this one folder. Then when I drag that, it will look like this. Then I'm going to put it in the. Then it comes to this file. Then we go with the rotate wheel. Rotate wheel refers to the scroll up and down of the page. So press wheel is automatic scroll of the document. Kumbaga, once you scroll down, yung document or your document has, let's say, 100 of pages, tapos you need to go to the 20th page. So what you will do is you will scroll that document, then once you scroll it, just leave it as kung ano yung pag-scroll. Do not let it go. Huwag mo siyang bitawan para siya mag-continue mag-scroll. Then let's go to a different unit or different hardware device. So we have the system unit. System unit is a part of a computer that houses the primary devices that perform the operations and produce complex calculation. Kumbaga, sa system unit, yung pinaka-entire house ng mga devices or ng mga hardwares for the computer to perform operations or calculation. So this includes the motherboard, the CPU, the RAM, and other devices. So this unit performs the majority of the function that a computer is required to do. So let's take a look at this. So this is the entire system unit. So if you can see, the system unit has the motherboard, this CD-ROM devices, we have the hard drive slot, the power cord, the floppy disk drive slot. So it's actually for now, minsan wala ng floppy disk, floppy drive slot, especially with the current na mga system unit. So power supply here. This one is a power supply. A CPU. This one, a fan. This one is a fan. Heatsink. Video card. This one is a video card. Modem. Na sa loob yung modem, sound cards, and others. So these devices is inside the system unit. So yung motherboard, let's go with the most important parts or devices na nasa system unit. So we have the motherboard. Motherboard is the main circuit board ng system unit. Kumbaga, operation ng computer para mag-open si computer, it needs a motherboard. So this is also called system board of a computer. Then the processor naman. CPU, di ba? As mentioned ko dati, when I think we have this one question during our pre-assessment na uh, tawag doon, what makes the computer what makes the computer understand or interprets an instruction or a process data. So yung nagpo-process doon is what we call the CPU or Central Processing Unit. So if you can notice some example of CPU is we have the Intel Core i3, AMD, and we also have Pentium. So those are processors, or yeah, those are processors of the computer. Now let's go with the memory. So memory is the storage device or space of a computer where data is to be processed and instructions required for processing are stored. Kumbaga, storage. Memory is a storage. So we have two types of memory. We have the volatile and non-volatile memory. So sa volatile refers na losses, kumbaga, temporary. Volatile is temporary storage. So example is what we have is the RAM. So this is an example of RAM. So I think this is DDR4 RAM. So non-volatile is means a permanent storage. So it does not lose its contents even when the computer is turned off. So this is an example of a ROM. This one. Your flash drive is also an example of ROM. So ports. When we say ports, it interconnects external devices to system unit. Kumbaga, we have what we call ports and socket. Yung port is ang ginsasaksakan and socket refers ang ginsasaksak. Okay, so these are example of ports or connectors um, in our computer device. So this one, this ports differs in every device or every system unit that we have. Your laptop also has a motherboard as also as computer device or a computer system. So it also has different ports. As you can see, they have the audio jack, they have the USB port, you have the RJ45 or the internet. This one, the internet or LAN connector. Meron din silang VGA, walang VGA dito. Pero VGA for video graphics. So yeah, so these are example of the ports. So next is we have the cable. Cable refers to the wires that covered in a plastic covering that connects the computer to a power source or another device. So cable. So example is we have two types of cable. We have the data cable and the power cable. So the data cable refers kung communication between devices. Meaning, yung USB cable na ginagamit nyo is an example of data cable. So power cable refers to the power of a device or yung ginagamit para makag-charge yung device. That is a power device. So if you can, we also have data cable like the HDMI cable. Yun. So those are also examples of data cable. Then we have the storage devices. Storage devices is used to store and retrieve data as per our discussion from the previous meeting. So storage device is a hardware used to record and retrieve data from the storage medium. Then the storage medium naman is where we kept our data. Okay, so for an instance, we have the card reader. Card reader is a storage device, and the storage medium is our memory card. So that is just the simple meaning of the storage device and the storage medium. Okay. Then we have types of storage devices. So we have the first is the floppy disk. This is the first generation of storage devices that we can have. So they are thin, circular, flexible film enclosed between two liners. So ganito. I don't have an actual example of floppy disk kasi they are very rare nowadays, so you really can't find them. So next is the hard disk. It's a high capacity storage medium that consists several inflexible circular patterns. So enclosed in airtight sealed case for protection. Hard disk, you actually your laptop has its own hard disk. So let's say nasira yung laptop nyo and hindi na talaga siya kaya ma-repair, you can disassemble your laptop and convert your hard drive there into a external hard drive. You just need to um, you just need to buy an enclosure na compatible dun sa hard drive nyo. Then we have the compact disc or what we call CD. So this is a medium for most for PCs and available in variety of formats. So di ba dati, uso naman dati yung mga CD and we have a lot of DVD players. So those are example of compact disc where you can store mga Korean novellas, TV series, kanta. So you just need to burn the data into the compact disc para once ilagay na siya sa DVD, the DVD can read kung ano na yung nasa loob ng CD. Then we go with the universal serial bus or what we call USB. So it is also known as a flash drive or keychain drive. So it's a plug and play portable storage. Why plug and play? Kasi you just need to plug it in and automatic the device will read this USB or this flash drive. So that's why it's plug and play because you plug in and automatically the computer will detect and read your device. Then so we have the output device. So output device is a piece of any yeah, a piece of a computer hardware equipped with which converts information into a human readable form. It can be text, graphics, tactile, audio, video, and so on. So some of the output device, we have the visual display, we have the monitor, graphics printer, output devices, the plotter, speakers, and among others. So these are our example of output devices. We have the monitor. So ito yung pinaka-common na output device kasi it produces a soft copy. When we say soft copy, it refers to a copy na hindi nyo nahahawakan. So it's an opposite with the hard copy. So anything that you can see on your screen or on your monitor is what we call soft copy. Then we get here a speaker. So speaker is sold capable of other audio devices or audio uses such as the MP3 player. We have also MP4. So we have that. So speakers devices are for audio. Okay, yeah. Then printer. A printer is basically an output device which prints a hard copy. Kumbaga, our monitor prints a soft copy while our printer prints a hard copy. So we have two types of printer. We have the impact printer and the non-impact. So impact printers produces printouts much in similar way as typewriters. So characters are formed by a hammer or a pin striking a ribbon saturated with ink against the paper. So an example is the dot matrix printers. So, the non-impact printers naman is an opposite with this one, with the first type of printer. So, it does not require physical contact to the surface of the paper to produce printed image or character. So, example methods are we have the ink spray, laser, photocopying, and others. So, these are examples of the non-impact printers that we can have for today. Okay? So if you have questions, you can just drop them in our GC so I can answer them. Thank you, everyone.